Hi, this is Tuesday and Wednesday's morning elementary class introductions. So I'm out all week at the doctor, and you guys are going to do some lessons with Miss Joyce after you watch the videos with Mr. Rob. So if you are a first grader or a second grader, this is for you. And so Miss Joyce should have for you guys some worksheets, and they will have a word search in them. The word search should look like this, and it should have a song. The Hello Bells introduction. You guys will watch lesson 1.1, lesson 1.1 on preschool prodigies under the lower elementary section. And then there will be some note naming. And so it will have a review and introductory activities page. And so after you watch the Hello Bells video, it will say that they played musical notes, and then you get to do these activities. So in the video, each one has a different color: red, orange, yellow, green, teal, purple, pink. And they each get do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. It's important to pay attention to which color gets which letter and which solfege name. Solfege is whether it's do or re or mi. And so when you do the review and introductory activities page, which you're going to, it will say that you should use the chart above to fill in the answers. You need to follow the instructions, and Miss Joyce should probably help you find these instructions. Under part 1, in the tiny little letters, letter A, it says fill in the letter names on the lines. So in each of these, you will give them the letter. Is it C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C? And then in part B, it says fill in the solfege syllables or names. So on letter B, your answer is going to be do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And then on the bottom one, letter C, it says scale degrees. So that's going to mean you answer, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8? It's important to pay attention to which place you put which type of answer. Okay? So read the instructions carefully, and Miss Joyce will help you with these lines. If you get rowdy and talking, then you won't hear the instructions and you will make a silly mistake. So make sure you're paying attention. So we will watch Hello Bells, lesson 1.1 in preschool prodigies, and then we will do this worksheet that answers these questions. If we finish that today, then we can go on to Which Note, part 2, and on here, it has you try to remember whether for instance, the first one would be do. Is do a red or an orange or a yellow or a green? And you have to circle the color that would be if we were watching it with Mr. Rob. When a do came by, what color would it be? And it's the same as our boom whackers. Think about the boom whackers. What color is do? What color is re? What color is mi? What color is fa? What color is so? And they give you a bunch of them. And then it says the staff is our musical map. It says music is written on a staff. You guys know that. That's the 5 lines and 4 spaces right here. And then in number 1, it tells you to mark each line or space with an X. And then right underneath that chart right here, the first one says line 3. And they do that example. So they counted from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, and they put an X on it. The next one tells us to mark line 1. Remember, we start at the bottom. So line 1 is down here. Okay? And you just follow those instructions. Sometimes it tells you space. If it's in a space, you should not let the X touch lines. If it's on the line, the X goes over the line. Okay? And then at question number 2, it says music notes look like little ovals. And they do an example right here. So on this one, instead of marking your line or space with an X, now they want you to draw whole notes on the line or space. If it is a line, the whole note gets cut in half by the line. If it is a space, it does not get cut by the lines at all. It sits right in the middle of the space, like this example here. Okay? At number 3, it says to look at the 2 sounds. In each little section, it gives you 2 notes. Sometimes the first note is higher than the second note. Sometimes the second note is higher. So it's asking you to circle higher or lower. You go from the first note. If you draw an arrow down, then you would circle lower. If you draw an arrow up to get to the second note, you would circle higher. Okay? So that's a good little bit of activity. But if you have time left, you can keep going. And eventually you will get to the word search page sometime this week. We will just continue on because every other day. So whoever is there on Monday or Tuesday is also there on Thursday. So if whatever we don't finish in the class period on Tuesday, we will continue the same thing on Thursday. Get to know the staff is the next page. And so this is where it talks about the lines and spaces again. This is not a hard worksheet. You just have to read the instructions. So Miss Joyce, will you take time, push pause, read the instructions out loud for them. It's mostly just tracing on this page, but they need to take their time, do it slowly, and do it neatly. If it's not done neatly, we'll just keep doing it over and over and over. The bottom part of it says 4 beats per measure. All they want you to do is take the little shaded areas and how each one beat gets a little part of the measure, and you have to count to 4 in between each bar lines. Then we have another here where you fill in the blanks and name the notes, and when you do that, they will spell words. So that is musical note, fill in the blank. Those are just using the letter names. Ernie gave Bert dead fish and face to name these notes. And then we get to video 1.2. At that point, for hot cross buns, we would go to video 1.2. And that page that says hot cross buns review on top is simply a page that the kids can follow along and have their own page to read the hot cross buns video along with. And same thing with Merrily We Roll Along. That is also just a following along with Mr. Rob as he does Merrily We Roll Along. And then we have Sally the Camel. And that's talking about eighth notes a little bit, the cherries or the pizzas. And then you get to your musical word search. This should be enough to keep kids busy for Tuesday and Thursday classes in the morning elementary. So, everybody should do their best work. You now have about 30 minutes of this class period left. Remember, this is for Tuesday and Thursday. People should sit probably at the tables, and you can turn on the video and they can watch them from the tables in the back of the room and be working on worksheets as the videos play. I want to have a good behavior report. Everybody do your best work and be very nice to Miss Joyce. See you in a week.